if we have an admission of lying to the FBI, what tends to be the next step?
Well, he obviously will have to plead to what we call an information. He may have already done so. The big question here is, what is this a complete plea agreement that basically incorporates all the other potential charges against him and his son? If it is, it's a sweetheart deal, and it means that that he is solidly in the camp of it as a government witness.
Give us some examples of previous times that people have lied to the FBI in these situations. Have there been any?
It's a charge that we used a lot after 9/11. It's not used commonly. It's there. It's in the toolbox. It's just not. It's not a booming, resounding charge. It's usually reserved for, because it doesn't carry huge penalties, but it's usually reserved for plea deals like this. So in this case, he's not facing much time. We're not. I think at some point the details of the plea agreement will leak out. But this is not the most serious charge you can face in terms of the scope of charges he could have faced.
Chris, I mean, clearly he's providing cooperation. It's going to take special counsel Mueller deep into Donald Trump's administration. What do you suggest and guess happens next?
Well, I've said in the past, and this is based on my experiences as head of the FBI's criminal division, that whenever there's a complex conspiracy, you can't make the case just with paper. You can't do it with a paper chase. You have to have somebody. You have to have somebody who has the playbook, who is inside the conspiracy, if there is one, if there were one. And so, what I think former Director Mueller is doing here is lining up those insiders, those people who have the potential playbook for broader conspiratorial activities. You have to have someone who can pull all the documents and the emails and everything together and interpret it. So this is a step in a building block process in building a broader conspiracy, if there is one.
You know, Chris, it's very easy to imagine some interagency friction. Could that be a defense here, that there was lying to the FBI in the interests of the national safety or national interest?
Well, that could be a defense if he were to try to raise it. I mean, that's moot at this point, since he's going to plead to it. Lying to the FBI there's really no defense for it. I mean, you're not going to get charged with that offense unless the facts are actually known and provable. The true facts are actually known and provable.